Happy Monday, Elementary D. Welcome to what is going to be your online classes. So, you get to see me every single Monday and Wednesday. We will have class every Monday and Wednesday, just like this. You will watch the videos so that you know what to do for science. We are actually going to do something very similar to what we already do in class. You will have board work, and then you will have what would normally be a group work activity, which now is going to be individual work that you're going to do at home by yourself. I will always be available to you if you have questions. You know that you can send me a message over LearnBox. Everything is going to be in LearnBox. So if you don't understand something, if you are confused about something I say in the video, anything at all, just message me on LearnBox and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So we are going to actually start with board work. Every single day, well, every Monday and Wednesday, you guys are going to have board work for science. This is why you took your notebooks home. What you're going to do is put it in the board work section just like always. It's going to be the same thing that we've always done. You're going to put it in the board work section with the date. You're going to write your answer just like you've always done and then draw a red line, just like normal. After you do that, there's a timer, so you only have a certain amount of minutes to get it done, so try to get it done in that time. And then after that, you're going to listen to the instruction of the class. What are we learning about today? What are we practicing? And then after that, after you see what we're learning about and what we're practicing, then you will do your individual work. And this again is where, if you don't understand a direction I give in the video, if you don't understand a question on the worksheet, I want you to try your best. I know this is in English, so sometimes it's a little harder. But if you don't understand, try your best to maybe look it up on the internet. Look up the word you don't know. But if you truly don't understand, remember, I'm always here to help you guys. Send me an email on LearnBox, and I will always be here to answer your email and ready for anything that you need. Just let me know. I'm excited to virtually get to talk with you all until you guys come back to school. And I miss you all already. And I can't wait for you guys to continue learning science, even though you're not technically at school. Alrighty guys, so this is going to be your board work for Monday. Again, as I said, you're going to copy down the date and write the answer to the question. As you can see, the question is not in purple, so you do not have to copy the question in this case. You are just writing the answer. The 10-minute timer down here, I'm going to make about 5 minutes actually, maybe a little less, because this is a pretty simple question. So go to the board work section of your notebook and start it right now. Alrighty, there you go. About 4 minutes to answer the question. Do it as quickly as you can. If you finish the question, you can just skip ahead in the video. If you need a little more time, you can pause the video if you need to, but 4 minutes should be plenty of time. Alrighty guys, so that is time up. So we are going to continue on in the presentation. Again, if you need more time, pause the video, but you should be done by now. So, our question was, all the arrows pointing to sediments say what in the rock cycle? So this is exactly what you guys have in your notebook, obviously with the answers typed in here. But look at sediment. You see that every arrow that points to it says weathering and erosion. So all arrows that point to sediments say weathering and erosion. That's because in order to get sediments, you need to weather and erode rocks. We can see the lines coming from metamorphic rocks, sedimentary rocks, and igneous rocks. To create sediments, all three of these types of rocks need to be or go under a process of weathering and erosion. So we're going to do a quick review on what weathering and erosion means. I had talked about in class 2 different ways to think of this. We have a hammer and a dump truck. We know a hammer breaks things down into smaller pieces, okay? That's something a hammer could do. And a dump truck carries things away. It carries loads of things. You can put anything in a dump truck. So, we know that weathering breaks down rocks, and it's a static process. A static process meaning it's a process that doesn't involve movement. It just involves breaking the rocks, but the rocks don't actually go anywhere until they are eroded through the process of erosion. This moves the sediments or takes them away. So, weathering is just like the hammer, whereas erosion is like the dump truck. Okay? It's 2 kind of easy ways for you to remember the difference between weathering and erosion. So, your individual work for today is again a review on these 2 concepts. Before we move on, I want to make sure that you guys really understand what weathering and erosion are. So, you will have, let's see, this worksheet. This is weathering and erosion. It's attached to the activity in LearnBox, so look that up, and you will be able to download the worksheet. If you can, please print it out and paste it in your notebook on the next 2 open pages. If you cannot print it out, then do the answers or do the work on a separate paper. And when you get back to school, I will make sure it is printed out for you so we can paste it in your notebook. What you're going to do is you're going to read this first paragraph that says weathering and erosion. You're going to underline the words you don't know, and then you're going to look them up on the internet. Okay? I want you to take the initiative to look up the words you don't know. If that does not help, if you still don't understand something, you don't understand a paragraph or a sentence or even a word, email me in LearnBox and I will get back to you the same day as quickly as possible so that you can continue on with the work. Finally, you're going to answer the reading comprehension questions. So after you read the paragraph, you're going to answer the questions. There's a couple questions I want to talk to you about. Question 1, which says write the number of the paragraph. Well, the question says which paragraph tells you the definition of weathering. I just want you to write a number. Which paragraph is it, okay? This isn't only about science, it's also about analyzing what we're reading because it's in English. So some of these questions are also related to English, so that'll be interesting for you guys. Question 7, as you can see on the right, on the worksheet, the very bottom says, write a glossary for the terms weathering and erosion. And then it gives you the 2, erosion and weathering. That means that you're going to write the definition in your own words. Now, you are given the definitions of weathering and erosion in the reading. I want you to tell me what weathering and erosion means to you. After everything we've talked about in class, after you read the paragraph, you have the weathering and erosion worksheets in your notebooks if you want to look back at those. Everything you know about those 2 things, write in a sentence under number 7 what you think they mean. What do they mean to you? And then that is all that you guys have for science on Monday, and I will see you again for science on Wednesday. Again, any questions that you have, please email me in LearnBox and I will be here to help you. I will talk to you again on Wednesday. Goodbye, Elementary D. Good luck on science.